Welcome to the One Place East Talking newsletter for May 2025, edition number 24. So at the top of the first page, there is an image of a sunflower, a very bright yellow sunflower, and behind the sunflower there is a very lovely blue sky with some white clouds, and overlaid on that there is a white One Place East logo and white bold text which reads Newsletter May 2025. At the centre of the front page, there are three images from left to right. The first image is of a man playing drums, which was actually at the recent celebration we done for VE Day. He looks like he's very much concentrating. In the centre image, it is a picture of Andrew Longhurst and Andy Murphy in front of a One Place East banner that was taken at a recent networking event. And on the right hand side image, there is a picture of Abdul Jamil with a board in front of him which reads Free People Now, which was taken at a protest that happened in central London, which we will cover within this newsletter. Underneath those images, there is orange text which reads Learning Disability Week, 16th to 22nd of June 2025, theme Do You See Me? And underneath that heading, there is black text which reads, Learning Disability Week 2025 is just around the corner. And this year's theme, Do You See Me?, aims to highlight the importance of visibility, inclusion and respect for individuals with learning disabilities. This week is a vital opportunity to educate, spread awareness and celebrate the contributions of people with learning disabilities. By increasing awareness, we can foster a more inclusive society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Learning Disability Awareness Week aims to educate the public, challenge misconceptions, and advocate for the rights and needs of those with learning disabilities. One Place East will be celebrating the week by hosting a variety of events. Please find details of these overleaf. And on the right-hand side of that text, there is an orange text box with black text inside, which outlines the content of the newsletter. So it says inside, Learning Disability Week continued, page 2. Bring People Home from Hospital, page 3. Mental Health First Aid, page 8. And Quiz Night Fundraiser, page 9. And at the bottom it says, and so much more. And we're not lying because this is a 16-page newsletter, so we're only just getting started. And that is the end of page 1. Page 2, so as mentioned on the front page, this is a continuation of LD Awareness Week. So at the top of the page, there is a One Place East logo and text beside it, which reads, Join us to celebrate Learning Disability Awareness Week 2025. And then there are 4 boxes, all different colours. So the first box is bright green and it has text in a white text box, which reads Learning Disability Awareness Session. That is taking place on Tuesday, the 17th of June from 1:30 till 4:30 p.m. at the One Place East office. It has Join us for an informative and engaging session designed to raise awareness about learning disabilities. Whether you're an educator, parent, or simply interested in understanding more, this session will provide valuable insights and practical tips to help create a more inclusive environment for everyone. On the right-hand side of that, there is a bright red text box with white text inside, which reads Digital Drop-In, which is another event we're holding for LD Week. And that is also on Tuesday the 17th of June, but will take place after the awareness session from 4:30 till 7:30, also at the One Place East office. It says, come along to our Tech Assistance Project digital drop-in session for support with all of your digital needs. We also support with form filling, which includes Freedom Pass, Blue Badge and Access Card, but it's not just limited to those 3 things, but they are the common things that the Tech Assistance Project help with. Underneath there is a bright yellow text box which reads Bingo Night and has a few images of bingo balls and a bingo card. And that is taking place on Wednesday the 18th of June from 5 p.m. till 8 p.m, also at the One Place East office. And in black text reads, Join us for an evening of fun and laughter to celebrate LD Awareness Week. The lucky bingo winners will receive prizes and we will be providing a buffet, so booking is required. And lastly, on the right-hand side, there is a bright blue text box with white text inside, which reads One Place in Conversations podcast, which will be streamed on Thursday the 19th of June at 7 p.m. via our Facebook and YouTube channels. And in white text reads, tune in to listen/watch the latest edition of our One Place in Conversations podcast, hosted by One Place East, Safer Valley and Sam Levine, who will be joined by special guests Sean Gillam and Wasif Bhatti. For more information or to book, so that's for any of those 4 events, please contact the One Place East office on 0208 925 2435 or email info@oneplaceeast.org. And that is the end of page 2. Page 3, so split into 2 sections. The top section reads in bright red text, Bring People Home from Psychiatric Hospital, a Day of Action, a campaign led by people with learning difficulties/disabilities and autistic people at Westminster and Department for Health and Social Care. And that is in the centre of the top of the page. And on the right and left hand side, there are images. So the right hand side image is of Erica Miles and Andrew Longhurst standing there with placards, which read, Free people now, bring people home, and institutions are not solutions. So that was actually taken outside the One Place East office when they was en route to Westminster. And on the left-hand side image, there is an image of various people who I don't actually know. They're just members of the public who joined the protest. There is a guy with a megaphone, and all of the people in the crowd appear to have placards. So they obviously were involved in the protest. And underneath that, there is black text which reads, One Place East for Change, in brackets OPEC, join Inclusion London and allies for Bring People Home from Psychiatric Hospital protest. On Tuesday the 29th of April, the Bring People Home from Psychiatric Hospital network held a powerful day of action at Parliament Square, Westminster. The protest was organised in response to the government's ongoing refusal to meet with the network to discuss urgent concerns about the mental health bill and the lack of action to move over 2,000 autistic people and people with learning difficulties out of long-term hospital detention and into their own homes with the support they need. This call for urgent reform comes amid a shocking 80% rise in autistic people being admitted to mental health inpatient care under the Mental Health Act between 2020 and 2024. The network, led by autistic people and people with learning difficulties, marched to the Department of Health and Social Care to deliver a letter to Ministers Stephen Kinnock and Baroness Merron. Although a civil servant initially agreed to accept the letter, they later refused to meet the group. In protest, campaigners blocked the building entrance before 2 members were escorted inside by police to hand over the letter. The network is calling for an end to the $534 million spent each year on locking people up in psychiatric hospitals and a shift towards investing in community-based housing and care. The refusal to engage directly with disabled-led organisations raises serious concerns and may be subject to legal challenge. For more information, get in touch with Simon Aspis, the Free Our People Now campaigns manager at Inclusion London, and you can email him at aspis, which is spelled ASPIS, at inclusionlondon.org.uk, or you can call him on 07749 892 843. You can also find out more by visiting the Inclusion London website, the link being tinyurl.com/Free Our People Now. And that article was written by John Abrams, who works for Inclusion London. So thank you for that, John. At the bottom of page 3, there is a bright blue text box with a white One Place East logo and overlaid on a yellow text box. Underneath that, it says For Change, so it reads One Place East for Change. And then there are 2 text boxes. So there's a white one, which has the campaign meeting dates for the One Place East for Change group, which are Tuesday the 3rd of June and Tuesday the 17th of June. And both meetings will be held from 11 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. at One Place East. And in the yellow text box besides that, there is the date for the information sharing meeting for OPEC, which is Tuesday the 24th of June 2025 from 2 to 4 p.m, and that is held at York Room in Redbridge Central Library, Clements Road, Ilford, IG11EA. It has in white text underneath those boxes, no need to book, just turn up. For more information, please contact Erica Miles at the One Place East office, or you can email Erica at erica.miles, that's spelled MILES, at oneplaceeast.org. And that is the end of page 3. So pages 4 and 5 are, as usual, a list of the upcoming events that One Place East hold, which are mainly recurring events that happen either weekly or monthly. So at the top of page 4, there is a white One Place East logo sat on a dark purple text box with white text inside which reads upcoming events, and then underneath that they are all listed. So the first being the One Place East Reminiscence Group, which takes place every Monday from 2 till 4 p.m. at the One Place East office. It reads, are you looking for a welcoming space to share cherished memories and connect with others who appreciate the past? Our weekly reminiscence group is the perfect place to relive treasured moments, swap stories, and build friendships through shared experiences. For more information, please contact the One Place East office. Underneath that, there is the One Place East pop-up, which is us being in the ground floor of the library, which is every Tuesday from 11 to 1 p.m, unless it is usually within half terms that we're not able to have the space because they've got other activities happening for children, and that is at Redbridge Central Library. Want to know more about the services we offer? Pop into Redbridge Central Library anytime between 11 till 1 every Tuesday to meet a friendly member of our team. For more information, please contact the One Place East office. The third event is the Create to Market Design Workshop, which takes place almost every Thursday from 10:30 a.m. till 4 p.m. at the One Place East office also. It reads, come along to our weekly Create to Market sessions to design and create various items that we will put up for sale on our online shop or our pop-up markets throughout the year. For more information or to book, please contact Safer Valley at either the One Place East office, or you can email safe at safer.valley, spelled VALLI, at oneplaceeast.org. And the last event on page 4 is the Proper Blokes Club Team Redbridge weekly walk and talk, which takes place every Thursday from 7 p.m. So you can just turn up, you don't need to book. You just need to meet the guys outside Ilford train station at 7 o'clock on a Thursday. Join the Proper Blokes Club peer-to-peer weekly walk and talk group. Meet up at Ilford station every Thursday evening and start talking about what really matters. For more information or to find other walks in other boroughs, please contact Scott Johnson on 07397 501 110, or you can email theproperblokesclub@gmail.com. So that is the end of page 4. Page 5, continuing from page 4, the top event is Calming the Mind and Body, which runs monthly. So the May session is on Saturday the 24th of May, and June's is Saturday the 14th of June. So both sessions are run from 3 till 5 p.m, and they're both held online via Zoom. The session is suitable for anyone suffering from overwhelm, anxiety, depression, PTSD, chronic health conditions, or just wanting to fully relax, unwind, and connect with yourself and others. To book, please visit tinyurl.com/OPECMB 2025, or you can contact the One Place East office number or email runup@oneplaceeast.org. Next on page 5 is the One Place East site support group, which in June will be held on Tuesday the 3rd of June from 11 till 1 p.m. at the Gloucester Room in Redbridge Central Library. One Place East run a site support group meeting for visually impaired people. These meetings give people the chance to socialise and strengthen the bonds of our community. To book or for more information, please contact Awais Niaz on 07377 170 210, or you can email awais.niaz@oneplaceeast.org. The third event on page 5 is the gaming group, which is a social gaming group for adults. It usually takes place every Wednesday, but within June, one because of LD week and another because of annual leave, it's only taking place on Wednesday the 4th and 25th of June. And that is also held at the One Place East office from 5 till 7 p.m. It reads, come along and join us at our social gaming group for adults with a learning disability, autism, physical disability, or lived experience of mental health. A fun social group in a safe space with some wellbeing activities thrown into. For more information or to join, contact Andy Murphy. So you can contact Andy at either the One Place East office number or email Andy directly at andy.murphy@oneplaceeast.org. And the last event on page 5 is the One Place Voice for adults with a learning disability get together. And that happens monthly, and Tuesday the 10th of June is the date for June, and that is held from 6 till 8 p.m. at the One Place East office. It reads, do you have a learning disability? Do you live in the London Borough of Redbridge? If the answer is yes, then why not come along to our monthly service user get together? These gatherings give people a voice and a chance to speak up on things that are important to them. For more information or to book, please contact Carol Gardner on the One Place East office number. You can contact Carol on her mobile, which is 07814 205 741, or you can email Carol at carol.gardner, spelt Gardner, at oneplaceeast.org. And that is the end of upcoming events and page 5. Page 6 is split into 2 parts. So the top part, there is a picture of a row of houses, and on the right hand side of that image there is a green text box which inside has the One Place East logo and the Inclusion London logo. The Inclusion London logo being just text which reads Inclusion London, and underneath that in bold font reads Accessing Housing, an opportunity to share your experiences of finding social housing and Redbridge and beyond. And underneath that heading there is black text which reads, One Place East have been asked by Inclusion London to run a session exploring disabled people's experiences applying for social housing in London. The group will be run by One Place East with the support of Inclusion London. The focus group will be a friendly, informal discussion where you can share your experiences, thoughts and ideas about what works for you and what doesn't. We're looking for people who may have faced challenges in accessing information about properties they applied for, any issues they experienced with the application process, or viewing homes. We're particularly keen to hear from deaf people, neurodivergent people, wheelchair users, people with learning disabilities, and people who are blind or partially sighted. The session will last around 1.5 to 2 hours, and you'll be asked questions about your experiences applying for housing and any barriers you have faced. Everyone taking part will receive a £30 voucher to thank them for their time. We will need a minimum of 7 people to express interest to be able to run a focus group, and we can run up to 2 groups. So if you want to share your experiences of applying for social housing, let us know by June the 1st and we will arrange a focus group to take place later that month. So if you are interested in being involved, please register to be involved by contacting Erica on the One Place East office number or emailing erica.miles@oneplaceeast.org. Underneath that article, there is black text which reads, Redbridge Outdoor Arts presents its 2025 programme. Redbridge Outdoor Arts presents its 2025 programme, bringing free, high-quality outdoor performances to public spaces in Ilford and Barkingside. There is no need to book, you can just turn up. All shows are accessible, relaxed, and seating is provided. Each show is approximately 30 minutes long. To discuss any access requirements, please contact culture@visionrcl.org.uk. For the full programme, you can visit visionrcl.org.uk/ROA, and don't forget to follow them on Instagram and Facebook at Redbridge Arts for all the latest information about their shows. You can check out the full programme through to October 2025 by scanning the QR code or visiting the link mentioned. and there is a QR code within a yellow text box to the left of that. And above that is the logo for Redbridge Outdoor Arts, which is a black text box, which has the top half is red and has the top of what looks like a tent. And underneath is a yellow text box with black text, which just reads Redbridge Outdoor Arts. And that is the page, end of page 6. Page 7, again, split into 2 parts. So the top part, there is the logo for Talent Network, which is an orange circle with a set of green stairs, which has a man standing at the top, a little stick man, with oval text above in green, which reads the Talent Network, and has a small One Place East logo at the bottom of the stairs. Next to that is the One Place East logo, and besides that is the Laugh Able Accessible Comedy Night logo, which is a dark blue circle with white text which reads Laugh Able Accessible Comedy Night, and has a picture of a clip art photo of a man in a wheelchair, which is in white. And underneath, in a blue text box with white text, reads, "Join us for a 6-week comedy workshop and discover the art of making people laugh. Whether you're a budding comedian or just looking to boost your confidence, this course is perfect for you." And underneath that, it reads that the workshops will take place every Saturday for 6 weeks from the 21st of June till the 19th of July. All workshops will run from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. and that will be at the One Place East office. And then after that 6-week session, there will be a showcase, which will actually happen at the Disability Festival in the park in July. And then underneath in black text reads, "Not sure whether you should sign up? You can come along to our taste session on Saturday the 14th of June from 12 till 1 p.m. You'll be able to dip your toe in the water, try out some basic performance and joke writing techniques, and at the end of it, be able to tell at least one joke on stage. This will also be a chance for you to ask any questions you have about the future workshops you are interested in participating in." So if you're unsure, if you're thinking, "Oh, it might be a good idea, I might join," but you're not too sure about it, go along to the taste session, meet Mark and Andy and find out exactly what it entails, and then you can make the decision as to whether you would like to take part or not. Underneath that, in a green text box with white text, reads, "For more information, scan the QR code, which is above, or visit tinyurl.com/laughableptaster. Alternatively, contact Andy Murphy on the One Place East office number or email andy.murphy@oneplaceeast.org. Underneath that, there is an article with a header of red text, which reads, "One Place East mark Victory in Europe Day with afternoon tea celebration." And in black text underneath, VE Day, or Victory in Europe Day, is celebrated on May the 8th each year to mark the end of World War II in Europe. On this day in 1945, the Allied forces accepted the unconditional surrender of Nazi Germany, bringing an end to nearly 6 years of conflict on the European continent. VE Day is a poignant reminder of the courage and determination that led to the end of World War II in Europe, and it continues to inspire efforts towards peace and understanding in the world. A delightful afternoon was enjoyed by all at the One Place East VE Day 80s celebration, filled with uplifting singing, lively dancing, heartfelt reminiscing, and an abundance of delicious food. It was a wonderful way to come together and honour this special anniversary." And to the left of that article, there are 3 images. So the top image is of Andrew Longhurst, Cynthia Bowling, Sean Gillam and Margaret Summers standing in front of a flag, which is the Union Jack, which has gold text over it, which reads "Celebrating 80. And they all are looking, it's actually a really beautiful photo. They're all looking straight at the camera and they all have got the biggest grins on their faces. I didn't actually go to the celebration because I wasn't well, which I was really gutted about. But from what I've heard from people who I know did attend, it was a really beautiful afternoon. And the 2 images underneath, one is of a balloon that was at the celebration in the office, which is a blue balloon, and on it is gold text which reads VE Day, 8th of May 1945, celebrating 80 years. And besides that, there is a Union Jack flag, and in front of that flag is some poppy flowers. And that is the end of page 7. Page 8 is a flyer. At the top of the page, there is a green border, One Place East logo, and then the Mental Health First Aid England instructor member logo, which is a green box, which reads MHFA England instructor member in white text. Besides that, to the right, there's black text which reads Mental Health First Aid in brackets MHFA, which is what we call it for short, 2-day course. And underneath, black text which reads One Place East believes mental health first aid is just as important as physical health first aid. So we're bringing back our 2-day course delivery due to demand. What is mental health first aid? Since its inception in 2000, mental health first aid has evolved into a global movement across 27 countries. To date, over 3 million people worldwide have been trained. Understanding how to talk about mental health and help someone in need are important skills. Many people feel uncomfortable and unprepared when thinking about starting a conversation with someone they are concerned about. At a mental health first aid course, you will learn how to recognise the signs and symptoms of mental health problems and learn the skills to feel confident and able to help. Having mental health first aid skills means that you can assist someone developing a mental health problem or experiencing a mental health crisis and make a real difference to your community. What is included? There will be light refreshments throughout the course, hearing from people with lived experience, a certificate of attendance, a digital manual to refer to whenever you need it, a quick reference card and lanyard for the Mental Health First Aid Action Plan, a workbook containing a helpful toolkit to support your own mental health, and lastly, some goodies to help raise awareness of the importance of looking after our health. Our Mental Health First Aid course offers you access to support for mental health first aiders from MHFA England, well beyond initial certification, so people feel more confident, empowered and motivated to carry out the role. Mental health first aiders get automatic digital support from the Mental Health First Aiders support app, where you will find exclusive resources, ongoing learning opportunities, and the benefit of joining England's largest community of trained mental health first aiders, and an invitation to become a member of the Association of Mental Health First Aid free of charge. So there's a lot involved in what you get back from the course. So the course is RRP'd at £325 for both days, but we are offering it at £300 per place. We do have a limited number of heavily subsidised and free places available to small local voluntary organisations, especially those who work with disabled people. That is outlined in a purple circle box, and that's in white text. And then in a green text box with white text are the dates, the time and the venue. So it will take place in person on Monday the 23rd and Tuesday the 24th of June. Both days will run from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. So it is a 4-day course over 2 days, and that will be held at the One Place East office. There is a quote box which has a quote from someone who has completed the course, which reads, "I had very little knowledge of mental health before the course other than what I know through the media. This course has given me an insight and understanding of mental health, and most importantly, I feel equipped to be able to help someone who may need it." So to book you can scan the QR code, or you can visit tinyurl.com/MHFA June 2025. So that link will take you to the One Place East website, where you can make the payment online. So it's £300 and that includes both days. Or for more information, or if you need assistance with booking, you can contact the office or email the office email at info@oneplaceeast.org. And besides that information, there is a QR code that can be scanned that will take you directly to the website. So yeah, if you have any questions or you're not sure whether you should register, then please do contact the office and we can speak about it in more detail. So that is the end of page 8. Page 9 split into 2 sections. Top half of the page is a Volunteers Week logo, which is a star, and then underneath that star is just text which reads Volunteers Week. It has the 2nd to the 8th of June 2025, and in a black text box with white text, #Volunteers Week. On the right hand side of that image, it reads, Celebrating Volunteers Week from Monday the 2nd to Sunday the 8th of June 2025. As Volunteers Week 2025 approaches, we take this opportunity to extend our deepest gratitude to all the incredible volunteers who dedicate their time, energy and passion to making a difference in our community. Why we celebrate Volunteers Week? Volunteers Week is a special time to recognise and celebrate the invaluable contributions of volunteers across various sectors. From supporting local charities to organising community events, volunteers play a crucial role in fostering a sense of unity and compassion. As an organisation, we rely heavily on support from volunteers, and we really do appreciate the commitment and care they each possess. To all of our volunteers, thank you for your unwavering commitment and generosity. Your efforts make our community stronger, kinder and more resilient. And together we can continue to create positive change and build a brighter future. If you want to find out more about volunteering for One Place East, come along to our coffee morning, which will be held during Volunteers Week on Wednesday the 4th of June, to find out more about the types of roles we have available and whether and how you could fit into our growing team. So that will be held, as I said, on the 4th of June from 11 till 2 p.m. at the York Room of Redbridge Central Library. You do not need to book, just turn up on the day, and Shamila will be there and greet you with a friendly face. Underneath that, there is a flyer for Redbridge Pride 2025, which is a pink square box, and it has white text which reads Redbridge Pride 2025. And then listing what is going to be available on the day. There is music, stalls, food and fun. And in a white outlined box, it says celebrating our lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer community and our families, friends and allies. It has Saturday the 12th of July 2025 from 12:30 till 6 p.m. That will be held at Redbridge Town Hall, 128 to 142 High Road, Ilford, IG1 1DD. You can book your free ticket by scanning the QR code or visiting redbridgeраinbowcommunity.org.uk/events. And on the right hand side of that text, there is a LGBTQIA flag. And above that is the Redbridge Rainbow Community logo, which is a LGBTQIA flag. Which has just been affected. So it's not a rectangle. It's kind of like a cropped version of the flag, if that makes sense. And on the right hand side, it reads in black text, everyone is invited to the first ever Redbridge Pride. We'll be celebrating our lesbian, gay, bi, trans and queer community, as well as our families, friends and allies. There will be activities and entertainment for all ages, information, food and craft market stores and more, including a dance performance and workshop with Bolly Queer and music and more from Tyron Misu. Hopefully I pronounced that right. We will announce the full programme and timings in due course. Tickets are free, but you can choose to make a donation when registering. This event is made possible thanks to funding from the National Lottery Community Fund and individual donors. So thank you. And then has, again, the booking link. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting. Redbridge has never had its own pride, so this is the first one. We've actually booked for One Place East a stall to be at the day. So if you are going down, please come and say hi. I will actually be doing it. So, yeah, come and say hi. Book your free tickets now on the Redbridge Rainbow Community website. And that is the end of page 9. Page 10 split into two parts yet again. So the top half reads Tech Ilford, a festival of creativity and innovation. Saturday the 14th of June 2025 from 11 till 3 p.m. at Redbridge Central Library. Join Vision Redbridge Tech Ilford 2025, an annual celebration of innovation, creativity and hands-on discovery. This year they're putting the arts at the heart of STEAM, which in brackets is science, technology, engineering, arts and maths, offering exciting interactive experiences for families, young people and the wider community. Love art, coding, science or storytelling? There's something for you. Sign up to get exclusive updates and a reminder ahead of the big day. Thanks to UK Robotics, they'll be giving away free amazing robot building sets on the day. Just come along, take part and share your thoughts with us throughout a short written feedback form. That's it, and you're in the draw. No experience needed, just bring your curiosity. All the activities are free and drop in unless otherwise stated, and running from 11 till 3 pm. Tech Ilford is supported using public funding by Arts Council England through the National Lottery. Book your free tickets here, the link being www.tinyurl.com/Tech Ilford 2025. And above that text, there is what I think is maybe not the logo, but an image for Tech Ilford, which has a blue floor, a pink wall, white text on the wall within a blue text box, which reads Tech Ilford 2025, and then various clip art images of people with different tech equipment. So, for example, one of the clip art women she's got a VR headset on, and there's a picture of a child on the floor playing with what looks like a robot, and then another image of a clip art young girl with a piece of equipment who's showing it to her dad, who looks very thrilled to see it, may I add. So that's the Tech Ilford, and then underneath that, it's Money, Skills and Safety Workshop, Friday the 20th of June 2025, from 10:30am till 12pm. That will be held at the Jubilee Church, 14 Granville Road, Ilford, IG1 4JY. It reads in black text, Citizens Advice Redbridge will be hosting another financial capability workshop in partnership with Redbridge Food Bank. This workshop will be on money, skills and safety and will cover budgeting, saving tips and avoiding fraud. This workshop is open to people who have received a food bank voucher previously or may need one in the future due to financial hardship. Booking is required, so scan the QR code or visit tinyurl.com/CABRF2025. If you need any support with booking, you can contact the One Place East office and any of our team would be happy to help you. And to the right of that, there is a QR code that can be scanned to take you straight to the booking page. So yeah, if you could do with some financial advice or anything about budgeting, maybe debt, then if you are in financial hardship, then do book to go along, because I'm sure that will be a really useful workshop. So that is the end of page 10. Page 11, yet again split into two parts. So the top half of the page reads in purple text, The Safety Gap, a report examining the safety and accessibility of medicines and medical devices for people with a sensory impairment. And in black text underneath, Patient Safety Commissioner Dr. Henrietta Hughes has released a report examining the safety and accessibility of medicines and medical devices for people with sensory impairments. Many people with vision or hearing loss face challenges, such as not being able to read instructions or warnings on patient leaflets or not receiving information in a way that meets their needs. Sometimes patients are completely unable to use particular medical devices. This mirrors the findings from One Place East's recent work on NHS cancer screening services. A wide range of barriers to patient safety was identified in terms of patients with sensory impairments in general, and more specifically, patients with diabetes and a sensory impairment. Barriers and challenges were identified at all stages of the medicine journey. Many of the barriers were associated with access, information, primarily written, including digital, but also verbal in terms of communication during consultations and accessing support services. This evidence suggests a lack of training and hence awareness of healthcare professionals regarding working with people with sensory impairments. One Place East's cancer screening project highlighted that in the absence of accessible NHS information, misinformation and community-based myths present a real issue for public health. Multiple barriers were identified in terms of the use of medical devices and technology to support people with T1DM, with few devices having the accessibility required for individuals to operate them without the assistance of others. Again, this mirrors One Place East's findings with regards to the NHS bowel cancer home screening kits being useless for people with visual impairments. Despite there being an NHS kit available for people with sight loss, this is not issued to the target group of patients in North East London. The result being missed opportunities to identify early stage bowel cancer for people with sight loss and financial wastage, as the majority of kits issued go straight in the bin. To read the full report, you can visit tinyurl.com/safetygap2025. The second part of page 11 in green text reads, tell us what mental health support and wellbeing services you would like One Places to provide. In black text, we want to hear from you if you have lived experience or living experience of mental health struggles, or you are a mental health service user in the London Borough of Redbridge, or if you cover both, then even better. Have your chance to speak up about what mental health support and wellbeing activities you would like to see provided by One Place East. Join us for an in-person co-production meeting to voice your ideas and let us know what is important to you. So that will be held on Monday the 16th of June from 11 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. and that will be held at the One Place East office. We will be putting on a light lunch for anyone who attends, so you do need to book for catering purposes. So contact the One Place East office, or you can email Cara at cara.wilson@oneplaceeast.org. That's cara.wilson@oneplaceeast.org. And that is the end of page 11. Page 12. There is it's a blue page, and on the top left-hand side, there is the logo for Disability Festival in the Park, which is just text or word art text, which has disability in all different colours. So all of the letters are different colours, ranging from yellow to purple to green to orange and blue. And the A of disability is actually a clip art image of it's a black image of someone in a wheelchair holding up a love heart. And then the text underneath is in purple, which reads Festival in the Park. And behind that logo, there is a sun, a beaming sun. And on the right-hand side, in green text, it reads Wednesday the 23rd of July 2025 from 12 till 7 p.m. at Christchurch Green, Wanstead, E11 2RH. And underneath in black text, Redbridge Council, together with charity partners One Place East, Redbridge Forum, Well Enterprises, Vision Redbridge Culture and Leisure, Health Watch Redbridge, Colours of Redbridge and Snaresbrook Arts Project, brings the annual Disability Awareness Festival back to Christchurch Green in Wanstead. God, that was a mouthful. Supported by local estate agents, the Stowe Brothers, this event aims to promote awareness, celebrate diversity and provide an opportunity for people of all abilities to come together and enjoy a fun-filled day. What makes this festival different is that it is the only fully accessible and inclusive festival in the borough. No matter what a person's ability, this is the only festival which truly understands what people need, as it is designed by people with disabilities. It features comedians, artists and musicians with a range of different abilities and provides information on how people can live independent and healthy lives. It is also the only festival in Redbridge to feature fully accessible facilities, including toilets, hoists and washing facilities for those who need extra support. In a white text box with black text reads, how can you be a part of the most accessible and disability-friendly event in London? And underneath there are 3 different text boxes. From left to right, there is an orange text box with black text. Be an information village stall holder. Do you provide a service or have products that promote independent living and health and well-being? This is an opportunity for you to share what you do with thousands of people who are passionately interested in finding out what is available to them. The cost for a space in the information village is £50, and this cost includes the hire of a table and 2 chairs. The centre is a pink text box, again with black text. Be a food and drink provider. Are you a caterer interested in providing food and drink at the festival? You will need to provide your own equipment and generators and provide copies of relevant insurance and food hygiene certificates. The cost for a space in the village will be £100. And on the right hand side, there is a green text box with, again, black text. Be a market stall holder. Do you have handcrafted goods that you would like to sell to festival goers? We are also interested in face painters, glitter tattoo artists and other creative providers. The cost for a pitch at the festival is £100 for private businesses. You will need to provide your own gazebo if you need one, and tables and chairs. You can actually hire them at a cost through us, but you can contact us for more information, I say us being the festival team, not One Place East, because we are part of the festival planning team, and we are actually the part of our role on the planning is to deal with the booking side of things. So it would be myself that you would speak to. So if you have any queries about any of those three things, please feel free to contact me. And underneath those boxes in black text, for more information, please scan the QR code, which is to the right hand side of this text, or you can visit tinyurl.com/DFRed 2025, or you can contact via email at dafestivalredbridge@gmail.com. And underneath there are the logos of all of the organisations involved, which I won't reread because it was already a mouthful to read them, and I'm sure you don't need to hear them again. So yeah, if you have any queries about any of that, you can also contact me on my mobile, which is 07944119899. Sorry, I almost forgot that. Yeah, and if you haven't ever been to the festival in the park before, I would definitely recommend putting it in your diary, the 23rd of July, because honestly, it is the most amazing day. Everyone is just so happy, and it is just really beautiful. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. So yeah, please contact us with any queries, and that is the end of page 12. Page 13 is quite an exciting one. I say that because I'm involved in the organisation for it. So this is a flyer. The back of the flyer is, I would say black, but it's probably not. It's probably just an extremely dark blue. And at the top in the middle, there are gold lights going across. And either side of the lights, there are massive light bulbs. And then in gold effect text, it reads Quiz Night, fundraiser for, and then underneath has a white One Place East logo. So it's a quiz night fundraiser for One Place East. And underneath that in green text reads Friday the 27th of June 2025, and that will be held at the Kenneth Moore Theatre foyer at Oakfield Road, Ilford, IG11BT. I will just mention, because a couple of people I've spoke to about it have said that they know that Kenneth Moore Theatre is actually closed due to health and safety reasons, and that is true. But it's the actual theatre itself, like the performance room, that is closed. The actual foyer is not unsafe, so they're able to still hire that part out. So if anyone had a query about that, then hopefully that will clear that up. So it will be held from 7 till 10 p.m. Tickets are £12.50. And you can book your tickets either scanning the QR code on the page, which is at the bottom left, or you can visit tinyurl.com/OPE quiz night. For more information, or if you need any support with booking, you can contact myself on my mobile at 07944119899, or you can email me at jodie.roast@oneplaceeast.org. That's JODIE.ROAST, unfortunate surname, I know, at oneplaceeast.org. And on the flyer, there are various images. So there's a picture of a glass of beer, because we will have a bar available on the evening. There's a packet of crisp, because we will be providing free snacks. And then there are free raffle tickets, because we will also be having a raffle. And there will be some great prizes. So if you would like to come along and support the night, please do book your tickets. And as I say, if you need any support with booking, then please contact me. And that is the end of page 13. Page 14 is an article. So at the top of the article, there is an image of a young lady who has her head in her hands and her elbows on her knees. She is in a wheelchair, and she basically, the expression on her face, basically, she just looks fed up. And besides this article, the text reads, so this is quite a lot of text, so please bear with me. Waiting to move, in quotations, wheelchair users in Redbridge share troubling experiences with local services. Wheelchair users in Redbridge are raising the alarm over deeply flawed services that are supposed to support their independence and mobility. A series of in-depth interviews has uncovered a pattern of long delays, poor communication, and lack of respect from the local wheelchair service provider. leaving some individuals isolated, distressed, and unable to live full independent lives. As part of a recent campaign led by disabled people with experience, we spoke with several wheelchair users whose powerful stories paint a picture of a system in urgent need of change. One long-time wheelchair user shared that they waited more than 6 weeks for a basic footplate replacement. In that time, they had to rely heavily on others just to attend medical appointments. The quote provided was, "My wheelchair is my legs," they said. "Without it, I can't get out. I can't function." And that weight left me completely stuck. Another contributor, a young person with muscular dystrophy, described being given the wrong back support, which later fell off completely while they were out on their own. "If I hadn't noticed in time, I could have been seriously hurt. And then when engineers came to fix it, they asked me if I had the missing part. That's not my responsibility, it's theirs." Many reported inconsistent service quality, noting that in-office appointments tend to be more thorough, while home visits are rushed or dismissive. "At the centre, with physios and engineers together, it's better," one person noted. "But when they come to your home, they question why you even need certain parts or suggest taping things together." Another young person shared that they were effectively housebound for 18 months while waiting for a powered wheelchair that had been recommended. "I could only go out if someone pushed me, and that wasn't always possible. It isolated me. That chair gave me freedom, but I had to fight tooth and nail for it." Recurring issues included excessive wait times for repairs and appointments, sometimes months, lack of stock with parts being shipped from overseas, unreliable and dismissive home visits, especially over weekends, poor internal communication between engineers and physiotherapists, inadequate understanding of users' physical and emotional needs, and low-quality materials being used in critical equipment. While some positive experiences were shared, particularly with individuals physiotherapists who showed compassion and expertise, the consensus was clear. The system is not working as it should, and disabled people are bearing the brunt of it. Wider concerns and official scrutinies. These local testimonies reflect broader national concerns. In May 2024, the Parliamentary and Health Service Ombudsman, in brackets PHSO, issued a formal letter to AGM Healthcare, the NHS's leading wheelchair provider, following a sharp rise in complaints. The Ombudsman highlighted issues such as people not receiving new wheelchairs or the correct parts, delays in receiving equipment, and poor communication. The PHSO emphasised the importance of addressing these concerns to improve the service provided to disabled individuals. We reached out to AGM Healthcare for comment, and this was their response. "We're sorry to hear these reports and that services have not met the expectations of wheelchair users in the area. Based on our customer survey and feedback from service users, we strongly disagree that the service is, in quotes, deeply flawed. 99.8% of the 1,648 responses we received last year in North East London to the NHS Friends and Family test rated our service as good or very good. We are also proud that NHS England statistics show our performance is significantly higher than the NHS average for wheelchair services. AGM has engaged with residents for a number of years through the local service user forum. We welcome all wheelchair users, their families and carers to join this forum, either in person or online. Please contact Sue Harris, who is the Partnership and Engagement Manager, on userforums@agmhealthcare.org. We also want to hear from any service user who is unhappy with the service received, so please contact Sue directly at sue.harris@agmhealthcare.org. ajmhealthcare.org, as suggested in the article. So that's the end of their response. And then underneath, a call for shared experiences. As a disabled persons organisation, we believe in the power of sharing lived experiences to drive real change. These testimonies are a wake-up call, and we want to know, have you had similar experiences with wheelchair services in Redbridge or elsewhere? Whether good or bad, your story matters. We want to amplify the voices of disabled people to push for improved services. If you have something to say, we invite you to get in touch. Together, we can gather the evidence needed to hold services accountable and ensure that every wheelchair user receives the support they deserve. We have assured anonymity for anyone who gave their account in this article. We will work with individuals to explore what options are available to raise concerns, whether individually or collectively. Your voice can make a difference. Let's be heard. Please contact Erica Miles on 0208 925 2435 or email erica.miles@oneplaces.org. And underneath that article, so I'm actually on page 15 now because it ran in from 14 to 15, so I just continued. We actually have a hot off the press notice. So at the most recent AJM forum, agreement was reached between One Place East and AJM that a fresh approach was needed, and we are pleased to announce that both organisations will initially work together to create a forum where wider discussion can take place. This will be facilitated by a wheelchair user, and meetings will take place at Ilford Library. So watch this space for full details and your invitation to get involved. So if you do have any feedback that you want to report to us, or you want to be involved, or you just want some more information about it, then please do contact Erica. So that continues to half of the page on page 15, and then at the bottom of page 15 there is an article which reads, complete our annual survey before the 31st of May 2025 to be in with a chance of winning a £50 voucher. There is still time left to complete our survey. Whether you have used our befriending services, attended any of our workshops, come along to a meeting, or even if you just received our newsletter. So anyone I'm speaking to right now, we want to hear from you. Our survey is a little longer than usual, and it's divided into 3 sections. You can just complete section 1 if you wish, which is just asking you generic questions about your experiences in using our services. But if you complete all 3 sections, which the second section is about your experiences with local services, so within Redbridge primarily. And the last section is equal opportunities monitoring. So if you complete all 3, then you will be entered in to win the £50 voucher. But if you just complete section 1, then you won't be. If you would like to complete it, you can scan a QR code or visit www.tinyurl.com/OPE survey 25. If you do need support to complete it, I'm more than happy to complete it over the phone, or I can post you a paper version if that's more helpful. So do contact me on the One Place East office number. You can call my mobile on 07944 119 899, or you can email me at jodie.roast@oneplaces.org. So that is the end of page 15. Page 16, you'll be pleased to note, is page 16 of 16, so you won't have to listen to my voice any longer. So the top half of the last page is a run-up service user network meeting flyer, which is titled Right to Connect, with guest speaker Cara Wilson, who is a new member of staff at One Place East if you haven't already met her. And that is taking place online via Zoom on Monday the 9th of June 2025 from 6 till 7:30 p.m. Writing is a healing activity that can enrich our lives and help us connect with ourselves. With a background in creative writing and poetry, Cara has recently joined One Place East as the Wellbeing Group Development Officer. She is passionate about writing for well-being and enabling others to tune into their inner creativity. Join Cara for a creative writing session that will help us gain insight and perspective and to connect with ourselves using free writing, journaling and writing with prompts. No previous writing experience is necessary. Come and explore your creative potential. To book, please scan the QR code or visit tinyurl.com/SU network. Or you can phone the One Place East office. You can contact Sue on 07939 975 763, or you can email runup@oneplaces.org. So this is part of our Run-Up project as our monthly service user network meeting. So at the top of the flyer, there are One Place East logo and a Run-Up logo. And then there is a piece of paper in an image, a photo image, that is surrounded by various plant pots and paint pots and pens and pencils, and has text on the A4 piece, or looks like A4 piece of paper, which reads creative writing wellbeing. And there is a QR code to the bottom right of that flyer. So yeah, if you're interested in joining that, then please contact Sue. Underneath that flyer, there is the usual for the back page, which is firstly a section just letting everyone know that we have a One Places Talking newsletter. So this is primarily for the postal versions that go out. And just letting everyone know that you can access that either on our website, on Spotify, on Amazon, on Apple, or on YouTube. And if you need any support accessing it, then please contact the office. But obviously, anyone listening to this doesn't need support accessing it because you're already listening. And then underneath that, there's just a green text box with white text, which just encourages people to save paper and save trees. So if you are getting the paper version, but you would like to help us save on printing and postage costs while also saving the planet, to please contact myself to swap you over to the email version. And then underneath that, there are the logos for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Spotify and YouTube. And it just lets everyone know to follow us on all of those platforms. And our handle is at One Place East on every single one. Thankfully, it's all the same. And then lastly, underneath that are our funding logos, which are London Borough of Redbridge, the North East London, that's Health Inequalities Fund, MOPAC, Cadbury Awarding Body, Colours of Redbridge, the Community Fund, which is part of the lottery, and Lloyds Bank Foundation. And then lastly under that is our registered office details, which One Places Limited, our registered charity number 1065770, and our company limited by guarantee number 3115971. And that is the end of page 16. So that is the end of the One Places Talking newsletter for May 2025. If you would like more information about anything included in the newsletter or support with booking anything in the newsletter, please do contact the One Place East office on 0208 925 2435. You can email info@oneplaceeast.org, or if you would rather text or WhatsApp, you can contact myself, Jodie, on 07944 119 899, or reach out to us at any of our social media platforms. So yeah, been lovely speaking to you, and I look forward to speaking to you all again in June for hopefully what won't be such a long newsletter. So take care, and I'll speak to you in June.